Greetings, everyone. February 1st, 2021. For every person who see themselves as a victim, you will never be able to overcome any negative experiences that you've had. Even though you've been victimized, and we acknowledge that and how unfortunate that is, that should not define you as an individual. Many of us wear this victimhood on our sleeve. And as long as you continue to wear it, the person who did harm to you is winning. As long as you remain captive of the ones who did harm to you, they continue to hold you in bondage. You have to shed that cloak. As African people, we wear this victimhood, and we take every opportunity to remind folks that look at me, I'm a victim. I'm going to tell you what is wrong with a lot of us and with a lot of people in Jamaica. That victim hat that they wear puts them in a position where those who are of the nature or spirit that will want to see you held in hostage, they see it. Remember, what the eyes don't see, the heart feels. So you don't have to communicate with somebody to get a certain vibration from that person. We all know this. You walk in a room and you see somebody and you're saying, I don't like that person. My spirit don't take this person. And you don't understand it. You just say that and you move along. Now, if you force the issue and decide that you want to get close to the person who you're just not meshing with spiritually, you'll find out that those ones will do great harm to you because your spirit was already alerting you to the fact that this person is not a nice person. You didn't have to know their name. You didn't have to know where they come from. It wasn't really about you judging. It was your spirit that was alerting you to say, you know what? This might not be a bad person to other persons, but to you, there is no connection. I personally know that in the Jamaican space, there are two spirits that are fighting against each other. One spirit is directly from the descendants of people who betrayed our own people. And those who were kept in bondage still have descendants that walk around as if they're still in chains. That mentality that I'm a victim, that, oh, poor me, look at what happened to me. And listen, I'm not going to minimize this because I've had my stories. I understand that feeling, but there has to come a time when you have to shed that. And regardless of what happened to you, and no matter how terrible it is and how much it might have left a scar on you, psychically, you have to still get up, and you cannot allow these ones to win. They are winning as long as they keep you as their slave. Their action or their inaction towards you have held you in a place that only you alone can free yourself from. So I ask these questions in my quiet time. And I want to ask, why did this happen? If I take all these steps to make sure that this thing doesn't happen and it happened anyway, what does that mean? And my answer have come back to me every single time that if something happened to you that is negative, that has impacted your life in a way that it's difficult to shake, understand that it was allowed to happen to bring you to where you are now. There are times when there are certain things about a certain spirit that attaches itself to us that we feed. Someone did this terrible thing to you, and it's unfortunate, but you feed it. You enjoy telling people about these unfortunate events in your life. And for some reason, just like there are individuals who would actually make their children ill just so that they can get attention. In the comment section, drop the name that is given to those individuals. It ends with by proxy. Some of us have this victim mentality and we love it. We have all these excuses as to why we, didn't gain any education, why we didn't have a partner, why we didn't, get this job. Whatever it is that is important to you, you have these excuses. And there are people who are born in this world without arms or legs, and they have no limitation, no barrier, nothing can stop them. What is the difference between you and that person? We know our history. And if I can ever convince you of anything, please know that our history does impact the way we are. However, we don't have to stay captive. Many of us are walking free, but because we are in our mind is filled with this victimhood and these bondages that long after the shackles broke, we have them hauling around. There's nothing on your arms or on your legs to keep you in bondage, but you behave that way. Why? And you go to folks and you say, I need to work on overcoming this thing. And I think it's a good thing to reach out. It's the best time to start walking towards changing your life. Sometimes sharing your story, nothing is wrong with it. But after you've shared your story, then what? There are individuals, when they come to you and share their story with you, they want you to cry with them. And they don't want you to just stop at just crying. They want you to encourage them to stay in that place. And I've discussed this before. I'm discussing it again because I see it all the time. I will cry with you for a moment, as I have said before, but I'm not going to encourage you to stay in that place. If you look at African people in the diaspora, you see these two spirits. If you look in Jamaica, you see these two spirits. In the spiritual planes, spirit attach itself to people, but only when you invite whichever spirit, any energy that is around you, it has to be invited. And so if it's dark, you invite it. If it's about, gaining deeper understanding of yourself and your people, you can draw them close to you. Look in the space in Jamaica, for example, and you see all that is happening. How certain dark energies are invited in the space and are used to control people. You can break those as well. There are two prevailing spirits existing side by side in the Jamaican space. And those spirits are transported from another place. Those who would betray you at the drop of a hat. Those who would deliver you over to your very enemy. You're always going to have to deal with these individuals. They're always around, but the spirit always teaches you. It's called this intuition. You know, but you're disobedient. And sometimes you're waiting for someone else to tell you what you already know. Trust your instincts. Trust them. They never lie. And we need to spend more time in 2021. Jeez, just 5 minutes of your day in a quiet place. Just close your eyes and listen. Because the universe nature is ready to teach you. There are times when certain, lessons are imparted to me, certain knowledge comes to me, and after I hear it and I search it out, because you have to search your spirit. You can't just accept everything, you have to search it. But usually there's always going to be a confirmation. Always. Anything that is downloaded in your spirit that makes you feel angry or cross, that is not of a good spirit. Anything that lets you feel peaceful and send you to search for more answers would be divine, of a divine nature. These energies will continue to coexist in our midst, in our home, in our community, in our country. And when you recognize that these energies, they don't come around just to scare you, they come to teach you, you will spend time to listen. Whatever you see going on in the Black community now, it was happening in Africa. There's always those two energies at work, fighting against each other. Those who betray you and those who would want to be a victim. You can't be one or the other. Understand your position, that you were not brought in this world just to be anyone's, stomping ground, or anyone to be anyone's punching bag. And you're not brought in this world to be dull. You have to sharpen your mind and look around and see. And you shouldn't really be frightened about the things that you see. I'm working on that and asking for strength to understand that when certain things are revealed. So my blessing. I shouldn't be afraid. Sometimes when we get certain revelation in our life, we get so scared. Don't be afraid of it. Once you recognize that this is information that is going to free you from whatever bondages in your life, welcome them. Invite the spirit. You have overcome for a reason, and it is to share what you learn with others. It's for you to help folks, go on a path that takes them out of victimhood. Stay blessed, everybody.